This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with their new Pick 8. Sign up with promo code GOLFSGPN to claim your first special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code GOLFSGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, DJs, welcome back. It's your boy, Boston Capper, with the God Golf Self, Steve Schirmer. We just got done with our PGA preview, and now we're diving into LIV Nashville. Steve, how many people are going to fall off from heat stroke?
I mean, if no one, well, actually, that's not true. We had a couple guys withdraw from Houston. So,
yep.
And listen, they're playing a lot of golf. This is their third straight week playing. These guys, oh, baby.
Wow.
I know. Listen, I mean, you got Tom Kim over on Travelers playing his 8th straight tournament, but, it's nothing compared to these guys playing 3 rounds in 100-degree heat for the 3rd straight week. Man, these guys are they're heroes. They are American heroes having to do this for sure.
All right. So what do we know about, excuse me, what do we know about this golf course?
You want to get right to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. Look,
all right, fine.
It's gonna be hot. Nashville. Let's see what we got. We can make fun of the fatties who are gonna be doing it. We can talk about the weather as we go.
You know what? Why don't we just get right in a minute and a half? I can tell that you are dying to just spend an hour and a half on this show. We're just gonna get right to it. This is the Grove. So it's LIV Nashville, but it's like 30 miles south of Nashville. So it's not, it's in the
so it's in the middle of nowhere.
It's closer to Franklin, Tennessee, which is like another small. I guess it's a city south of Nashville.
It's a small city.
Yeah, but so this is the Grove, and not to be confused with the Grove 23, the Michael Jordan golf course down West Palm Beach. No, this is another country club in Nashville with a lot of really expensive homes. I can probably show you a couple of those in a little bit. That's for sale, which basically is the whole point of this place. I think they're trying to. I think that's actually the whole point of this event, is because we talk about a lot how Greg Norman kind of he builds a schedule. It's basically everything related to Greg Norman.
Right.
So either he's won there or he's renovated, and this is actually a golf course that he designed. This is a Greg Norman signature golf course.
Ooh.
With a lot of homes that they've been building around it. And I honestly think the entire reason why this is here is because they want to sell houses. And this is basically publicity for this gated community private country club. So, we actually got a guy who's from Nashville. All right.
We'll go.
Listen, have you ever been to Nashville?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I went for a couple of business trips there, and that's a fun city.
That's a fun time.
Yeah, down on Broad Street outside the Bridgestone Arena there with the honky tonk bars.
Yeah, a little country for me, but whatever, still a good time.
Whatever, you go out and have some music, hear some music, drink some beer. It's a good time. I enjoyed my time in Nashville. So I think my wife actually might go there with her friends next year. They always do like an annual trip, and I think Nashville might be on their list. But this opened in 20.
Tennessee, my favorite spot. We went up, us and Tommy's family. We rented a giant cabin up in the mountains, and that was my favorite time in Tennessee. It was gorgeous, absolutely.
Okay,
gorgeous.
All right. So this opened in 2012. It is a Greg Norman design. It is a private country club and community. And actually, maybe I'll show you right now. So let's look at some of the real estate they got here. It's a very nice place. Okay, they got a nice pool. Nice. Yeah, this is one of the homes they got for sale right here. I mean, listen, it's the richest of the rich. Probably a bunch of country music stars and producers. Maybe Eddie George lived here. After he retired from the Titans. But look at some available homes they got here.
Tennessee's got good home prices. Let's take a look.
They do. This is All right, so this is 2.5 million, 6046 Pelican Way, 3 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, 4,300 square feet, affordable.
4,300 square feet,
2.5 million.
3 beds.
Yep. We got some concept houses too. They haven't built, there's the specs with running $4 million here, 3.3 here. So a lot of money at this golf course. And what they're paying for is pretty much something you could probably get in your local area for like, $60, $70
Really?
around. Oh, yeah. Well, why don't I just show you some of the holes? So, all right, why don't we just start with the first hole here? So these are Zoysia fairways, Bermuda rough, Bermuda greens, southern grasses. It's going to be hot as hell this weekend there. It's going to be 107 heat index again for these guys. So you have to have
it's so hot.
Yeah. So you have to have southern grasses in order to thrive here. So we just talked about with Pinehurst, they had a handshake hole. And it's always jarring to go from a really great golf course to a really kind of mediocre one. And, you got a handshake hole here, just like Pinehurst number 1. This is their handshake hole.
Dead fucking straight.
Dead straight. And that is a theme to this entire golf course. Pretty much everything is dead straight.
Does that say 421?
421 yards, no bunkers, fairly wide, and you have this long, skinny, cucumber-shaped green here. And I'll say this. So they build this place, and listen, LIV loves to blow a bunch of smoke up our asses as far as like the golf course setup and everything like that. So what they're going to say is, and I'll fact check a little bit. It's going to be a firm and fast golf course. I do believe that. They haven't had a lot of rain.
It's 1,000 degrees outside.
Well, that's the thing. It's 1,000 degrees out. And remember how they made the fairways at Valhalla, Zoysia, in hopes they played firm and fast?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see that this week. And that in 98-degree weather, you don't have to water it like you would like a bentgrass fairway. The fairways be running. And the green should be pretty firm too. They say they're going to be U.S. Open speeds.
No fucking shot.
I do not think so. They typically tend to set up these greens basically the same as everywhere else. Maybe they'll run a little quick if they don't water it, but yeah, opening hole, straight away, skinny green, wide fairway. We'll get to the second hole here. Again,
pretty straight.
Par 5, 529 yards. Dead straight. You got some bunkers over to the left here. But again, kind of like a long, skinny green here. The greens are kind of small. Now, in fairness, let me go back here. So, at least it's kind of pretty. This is the second hole.
It's pretty.
Yeah, this is the second hole right here. You get some long, like fescue here. Again, wide fairway, straight ahead. You got some trees over here.
My type of golf course, baby.
You got some really nice houses over here, but you're basically playing through a community this whole time, and everything's pretty much dead straight. So going back to here, par 3 over the water here. Again, a long, skinny green they're playing to. Now, I will say this, kudos to Golf Digest. We just had Christopher Powers on. They actually have the slope, like they have the green reading books for the Grove. So I got to see.
Oh, yeah.
So some of these greens actually are kind of undulated and they're small. So there's not very many pinnable positions. So that actually could be a challenge. But literally, like every green's kind of shaped like this. Again, we have a drivable par 4 here. Again, a long, like butternut squash shaped green here. It's 272 to carry the bunker.
It's got some
wide fairway.
It's got some bunkers around it at least.
Yeah, it's got 2. It's got 2. It's got centerline bunker, and no one's gonna, everyone's gonna play 2. And then you got to go across the street, past some houses, to the next part of the property. Just another.
Yeah, whose house is in the middle of that field to the left? So, like, is that part of the neighborhood?
Maybe someone who didn't want to sell their property.
I love people.
Maybe they held out. It looks like a farm.
It does. That's what it's.
So
it doesn't fit in.
Yeah, but. Look, another dead straight hole. This is the 6th, 453. You got some, a man-made pond, which that's another thing they're billing about this golf course. It has a lot of man-made ponds. this place, you know, so people complain that there wasn't a penalty for missing a fairway at Pinehurst. Well, hey, we got a pond right here. Again, though, just dead straight. Just avoid the bunkers here. Now, there's this creek that runs through the property here, and they actually try and promote that as like, you know, very pretty to look at. You're playing golf next to it. It doesn't actually come into play, though. It's kind of like how at TPC Craig Ranch, which I think actually there's a lot of TPC Craig Ranch in this place, that like they try and build it. There's I think Raleigh Creek that runs through it, but it never comes into play on any of the holes. It's kind of similar to this. Like this creek just kind of meanders around like the side of the property here. It's called McCrory Creek. But like, you know, on this par 5 here, yeah, it kind of juts in towards the green here, but like,
yeah, but you got to miss bad.
Who's hitting it into it? Here, you got to top it into the water, basically here. You know, you're blasting it pretty much past the creek on the 9th here, you know, over a center line bunker, wide fairway. Again, a long, skinny green you're kind of playing to. There's a double fairway here on 11 and 12 that I guess is kind of interesting, maybe.
I don't know.
Fairways. I think they're fucking stupid.
Well, okay. Well, then, you know, it's a Greg Norman design. This is basically a lot of this stuff is kind of just bland and ordinary. And again, though, everything's just long and straight and wide. Not a lot of hazards. Like, you know, you got your bunkers, but everything kind of just looks the same, right?
Yeah.
And you're playing through a neighborhood, crossing over a bunch of roads. You know, yeah, you got some water you're playing next to, but I mean, you know, you got a short par 3 here. It's actually probably going to be a fun party hole. But otherwise, though, like, this is just like, it's not a.
Seems like it's one of my boys' courses. It seems like I think I know who I'm going to bet.
So that's the thing. Like, there's nothing like offensive about this place, other than maybe the fact that the greens are just the same shape over and over and over. But like, there's nothing offensive about it. But it's just the same type of golf course you can play anywhere. And it's a week after the U.S. Open. This is their 3rd straight week playing. They're going to go on a hiatus after this. Like, why?
How long?
What? I think 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Why are we playing this right now for LIV?
I don't know.
And what I mean, other than maybe Greg Norman wants, you know, he's got his name attached to his country club, and there's a lot of houses there, and obviously he just got the connections. Like, why are we playing in LIV Nashville right now?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I try and be fair and balanced with this stuff. I try and give LIV a fair shake with some of the golf courses they go to, and some of the golf courses they actually have played, I've enjoyed. Like, I like the Hong Kong course. That was good.
Adelaide.
Yeah. You know, Adelaide's all right. I thought Sentosa's okay. We didn't do that preview because I think I was on vacation, but
yeah,
this one though, just I don't know.
It's bland, man.
It's very bland.
It's cookie cutter. It literally looks like a bad course on 210. Oh, so I call it 210. But like a bad course on a road near me, right? Because it's like there's a road with like 5 golf courses on it, and it looks like it would be like a bad addition to that.
Yeah, like I mean, I think like if you and I played this, like okay, fine, whatever, you know, enjoyable round. But like we're playing a professional. You're the LIV Golf League. You're trying to rival the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour plays some bad golf courses too.
Fuck yeah!
But like this is. There's just nothing to this. Like
it's long and straight.
It's long and straight. So which gets me to my next point. Well, first of all, I did you guys a favor, and I actually went through the proximity buckets of about what I think it's going to be. So it's going to be hot and humid. Ball is going to just go forever.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like in Houston. If you look at the average driving distances of that Houston event, like everybody was hitting over 300. So
I know. Yeah. Dude, we said that's what you texted me that some boys need some drug tests.
Yes, they did. And I mean, I just showed you. I didn't show you every single hole, but I showed you like 5, and you got basically the gist of it. Everything is dead straight. You're pulling driver pretty much everywhere. There's no deterrent. Right. So these guys are really going to shorten it up. I mean, there's going to be a lot of really short approach shots. You know, I got 9 shots under 150 yards. From, you know, a couple there are drivable, maybe some flip wedges, 75 to 100 yards, 100 to 125 yards. I mean, there's a couple of shots, from between 175, 200, some longer approach shots, most of your par fives, a couple longer par threes. But overall, though, I mean, it's going to be, driver heavy. Going to be hitting a lot of fairways unless it's really firm and you can't hold it. The greens are small, but I went back and looked. So that's another thing, too, about this is we do have professional tournaments at this golf course. The Corn Ferry played this golf course for a couple of years. So I got way deeper on Corn Ferry leaderboards than I thought I did. And we're actually going to go over a couple right now because it actually does reveal a theme. So before we get to that,
All right.
Capper, I showed you the golf course.
Yep.
A lot of long holes. I guess what do you think it would favor at this place?
So like Matty Wolf, Lucas the Ear, like guys like that who can bomb it off the tee. Iron play doesn't really matter that much, and hopefully can putt.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at some of the leaderboards at this event. So last time they were here, it's kind of sad.
All right. R.I.P.
Grayson Murray won. But Grayson Murray, pretty good driver. He's got some pop, got some length.
Well, Ben Coles is up there.
Yeah, he's kind of a shorter hitter.
Yeah, he's a short number.
But Chris Nagel, he's actually has a lot of length. This Carter Jenkins guy, he's got some pop. Jack McGuire's got some pop. Goddard, Norman Jong got some pop. So
when did you bet? When did you bet Zhang? You bet him this year at some point.
Oh, probably some like positional at like I don't know, Amex maybe.
That name sticks up to me.
Well, I think it was because I just had gotten done doing. Well, no, I didn't get done doing it. But I watched a lot of the Walker Cup last year for LACC prep, and Norman John was the best player on that team of like Scotty Scheffler and like Los Alatours and a bunch of really good guys. And Norman John was the best player, and he just never panned out. So I thought maybe he could be something. No, he's not good. But Norman John did very well here. He's a bomber. This Pontus Nijholm guy, never even heard of him, but apparently he's got length. So a lot of guys, went pretty low here. And as far as like the average scores here, you got to keep in mind too, this is Corn Ferry. It was only about 0.9 under par. But, other than, the first day, which probably got some wind, 1.7 under par here, another basically playing a stroke under par the last two rounds. These are better players on LIV. So
yeah,
probably gonna be a lot of birdies. 2022 here. So we have Brent Grant. He's got some length.
The Snedeker Foundation. Is it Brant Snedeker's Foundation?
Yeah, so Brent Snedeker went to Vanderbilt. So so
that makes sense.
Yeah, so the Simmons Bank Open was, they had him as his charity. But second and third, Kevin Yu, Big Bomber, Vincent Norman.
Yep.
Big Bomber. Yep. Marty Dow's got some length. Yeah, Will Gordon up here, Taylor Montgomery up here. Damn. Even Ben Griffin's got a little bit. Ben Griffin's got a little bit of pop. Sam Stevens. Kevin Doherty is actually leading the PGA Tour right now in driving distance. So there's that.
Interesting.
And then 2021. You got Austin Smotherman, my favorite whipping boy.
What happened to him?
He lost his card finally, and justifiably. He's not a very good PGA Tour golfer. So,
my boy Novak.
But this is a good one. You got Carl Yuan. He's got some pop. Yeah. You got Brent Grant again. So
Jaeger.
So Jaeger's up here, but this is before he actually got a lot of speed. But Novak, Taylor Moore, Mito up here.
Damn.
So basically, straight golf course, nothing really to deter you from not pulling driver, fairly generous corridors, and you got mostly a lot of guys with a lot of length doing pretty well here. And the last thing I'm probably going to say as far as like a handicap is, look, a lot of these guys, they just came off the US Open. They played Houston a couple weeks ago in hot weather. They got a break coming up. I think some guys are going to be mailing it in, especially some of those guys who played last week. So I think we're going to get a stinky winner again. We got Carlos Ortiz a couple weeks ago. I made some pretty stinky picks, but it's guys with some length, Guys been playing relatively well on LIV lately. There's some agronomy ties for a couple different couple guys that we'll talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, some of my picks are gross.
Yeah.
Which
All right,
I can't wait for you to roll your eyes as a couple of the guys I picked. So,
all right, let's go. Let's jump. You got
All
anything on the top of the board?
so let's go top of the board here. You got Bryson, who is currently making the TV rounds here, about 6-1, 6.5-1. You got John Rahm, is he even playing?
No way.
Okay.
If he's not playing the U.S. Open, he's not fucking playing this.
So we'll probably get John Catlin again coming for Legion 13. And you got Joaquin Niemann, who didn't play last week at 10-1.
Yeah, that's true.
So Joaquin Niemann, pretty good driver. One of the best drivers actually on LIV. Combination of length and accuracy. I think he's got a decent track record on Zoysia as well. So, are you tempted to jump at him at 10-1? No. Okay. Why? He's won twice.
It's too short. Whatever.
Just too short. What positionals?
Yeah,
you want to pay juice for a top 5 or a top 10?
How much juice on the top 10?
I think like minus 140. Juice only matters when you lose.
I know. That's why I said baby. That's actually not bad. I thought it'd be higher.
Okay. All right. I think Bryson's like minus 180 for a top 10.
I just don't trust. I don't trust. I mean, Bryson's literally on a TV tour right now. Like, I don't know.
And he hasn't been very good on LIV, really.
Yeah,
like his last 2 results on LIV, like he gained his last 3 results on LIV. He gained 0.7 strokes on the field total. He basically middle of the pack at Adelaide, gained 0.8 at Singapore, gained 0.8 at Houston.
Yeah.
And then in between there, he has a second at the PGA and he won the US Open.
Yeah.
So seems like he's probably just like testing shit out.
It does seem like that.
On LIV. So Niemann didn't play very well in Houston a couple weeks ago. Had a week off just to sit on his ass and sulk.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not bet Niemann, but if I wanted to do the single bullet route, it would be Niemann.
Okay.
Yep. Because Rahm, I don't know if he's even playing. Is Koepka at the game tonight? At the Panther game?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. So he's not thinking about this at all. So he's out. Hatton imploded predictably at Pinehurst last weekend. And he hasn't playing really all that good. Well, he's been playing okay on LIV, but like, I don't. Do you think this is a Hatton golf course?
No,
probably not.
I was just flipping you off because you said predictably.
Well, he did. We literally talked about it with Jeff.
I know.
Listen. Credit where credit's due. He played good, but then he fell at what? Then he fell at like T26 and ruined your top 20.
I don't know what the fuck happened. It was funny. So like I had people over, and so like I went and did something. I came back and I pulled up the app, and I was like, he teed off. Where? Oh no. Then scroll down. I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay. All right. Let's move a little further now. You got Taylor Gooch at 14-1.
No.
So here's the thing. So this would seem like a Taylor Gooch, like even though he doesn't have a lot of length, like kind of a shitty golf course.
Yeah.
Didn't play last week. Maybe Taylor Gooch. I went back though and looked. So for a guy who went to Oklahoma State, play a lot of Zoysia there, he's got a pretty shitty track record on Zoysia, like those Zoysia fairways. So, and even in Adelaide where they had Zoysia fairways, didn't play all that good.
Yeah.
So for me, that was actually that being a cross off. So, what's Sergio? 3rd straight week playing. Played pretty well at the US Open last week. Is this a Sergio golf course?
No,
I don't think so either. How about Cam Smith?
Nope.
Golf course?
Nope.
All right. So we basically just eliminated pretty much all the good players. Pretty much.
Yep.
Here's an interesting one.
Burmeister.
Burmeister, I think, is definitely somebody you could consider. One in Doral, really good driver. Played last week, but he's just been really solid on LIV this year. He's gaining 1.5 strokes per round on the field in all his events. Gained 1.25 in his last 3 events. Didn't play all that great in Houston. So, you wonder if maybe the bubbles kind of burst on him. But guy can just kind of bomb it, make a lot of birdies.
Yep.
At 25-1. That's not
like
bad.
it.
All right, how about this crackpot theory? Been cooking this up. So everybody thinks DJ sucks, right?
Oh, I love the number. I already looked at it.
Okay. So
28, 30, 32, depending on what you're looking at.
So it's a crap golf course. We all think DJ's not going to show up, but I'm sure he's got a vacation coming up.
I heard he was sick. Did he
He's
get
sick.
sick before the Open?
He got sick
Before the
before
Open?
the U.S. Open. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So I listened to a little Vidoni show on the ride home today, and he had some maniac on. I don't even know who he is. I guess he like does something with golf. I don't know what it is. Just go listen to the show. I don't know what he does. But apparently DJ got sick.
Okay.
Like before the round, like Wednesday, he got sick. He didn't do a practice round.
Was his nose like a little tingling?
I don't think it was his typical rail sickness. I think it's somewhere stomach bug.
Okay, so he's actually.
Yes, DJ is a very white boy, but he also played in South Kakalaki, which is very fucking hot.
It is, and I mean, you would think. I mean, DJ's actually played pretty well in his last 2 live events. Played okay in Singapore, played fine in Houston. So maybe DJ just only cares about money and will tear up. I mean, him bombing out at Pinehurst when he doesn't practice is not a big surprise. Here, like it turned your brain off golf. Just hit it dead straight. He's pretty good on Zoysia. He's won Southwind a couple times.
Yeah.
So I didn't bet him, but I almost did because I chose to just go to really crappy guys.
I like it. All
right. Answer Patrick Reed, Casey, Leishman. No. Okay.
No.
All right. Let's start getting into some of the guys.
What about my boy, the ear? This is perfect for the ear.
Okay. So he was last one off. I did not bet him, but I strongly considered. I think that if you want to bet him this week, I think this would be a pretty
Those
good
who don't
type
know,
of golf course.
Lucas Airban.
Lucas
Aussie can handle the heat.
Yep.
The ear creates his own wind tunnel, which is nice.
Got some length. He can make some putts.
That's all he has. His iron game is garbage. He's fucking long and he can make putts.
Yeah, I mean, he played pretty well in Houston a couple weeks ago. Coming in good form.
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't play last week.
Did not play last week. I considered him, but I did not bet him. But I think if you want to add him to your betting card, that type of player was what I was kind of looking for this week.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you go back to your boy?
Which boy?
The mental case, Matty Wolf.
Okay, Matthew Wolf is on the.
Let's go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, listen, really good track record on Zoysia in his career. Played on Carson Creek. He's popped a couple times this year. I mean, Doral, driver heavy. The Las Vegas golf course, driver heavy. Didn't play all that great in Houston, but that was more like kind of penal off the tee. You're spraying it here. I don't think it matters. So yeah, I definitely was into Matthew Wolf this week at 50-1.
I like it.
So
would you still bet? I can get him a high racket 40.
Yeah,
still good.
Yeah, whatever. All right, here's a loser. I bet, but he's playing good lately.
All right.
He's got some pop.
Okay.
He's been all right on Zoysia in his career.
Okay.
This would just fit perfectly if he won this week. Bland golf course for a bland golfer. How about Cameron Tringali?
No fucking
no.
Way. No.
Brendan Steele won an event this year.
Fuck. That is true.
Danny Lee has won.
I cannot muster the strength to bet fucking Cameron Tringali.
I mean, he's playing okay golf right now.
No.
So Tringali lately, let me pull up.
Where's Tringali from?
He is from, I think, California.
All right.
So ninth.
I do think the heat is. I know Dieter's going nuts in the chat about the heat, but listen, I get it. I literally changed shirts on hole 7 when I played on Saturday. It's just hot.
All right. Well, in the heat in Houston, he finished 9th.
Okay.
Driving it pretty good lately. He's coming in similar to what Carlos Ortiz was doing. Kind of playing solid golf, not really peaking, and then just peaks on a golf course kind of tailor-made for him. I think this might be a good golf course for Cameron Tringali.
somebody down the board who I really like.
Okay.
We'll get to him.
All right. Here's another one, my boys. He's basically the same type of player as Lucas Herbert. Adrian Moronk.
Okay.
Drives are pretty good. Makes a lot
Is
of
he
putts.
Polish?
He's Polish.
Motherfucker's gonna melt.
Okay. Well, he gained 10 strokes in Houston.
Did he? All
Yep,
right.
he did. He finished, I think, top 5 that event.
He hammers the fucking ball.
Yep. He plays good in the Middle East. So he can handle the heat.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he hammers the ball. Good driver, good putter. Not the great of an iron player, but I think that's really.
I don't think that matters.
Really, yeah, I think it's really.
They have fucking flip wedges in all goddamn day.
Yeah, I think that's really de-emphasized here. So I got him at 40 to 1.
All right. All right.
So bet him too.
Well, where'd Steve go? Steve hit the wrong button. Steve is no longer here. All right. So Steve has bet Moronk and Tringali.
I do
Moronk I can get behind.
all the fucking time.
You always hit the wrong button.
I do. I try. I to the old tab. I try to go back. And
Boomer.
I got too many tabs open because I'm the captain of this show. So none of you guys know anything about LIV. So I got a deep dive for this shit. I got 50 screens open right now. All right. All right. So he played last week, but played all right in Houston. Got a lot of talent. How about David Puig, 40 to 1?
So I don't know a lot about him.
Okay.
I just know he was like a stud amateur.
So he's got a lot of length. He's a big hitter.
Yeah.
He's one of the bigger hitters on LIV. Again,
he's a skinny little fuck too.
Yeah, kind of. Again, like he's got that same profile of big hitter, good putter, like Lucas Herbert. Basically, I kind of just went for that this week.
Yeah.
Third in Houston, hit the ball well at Pinehurst last week. I mean, other than that, third in Houston's been bad in LIV, but like fifth at the Saudi Open, second in Macau. Like he won the Malaysian Open. Like that's hot and steamy.
Fuck yeah, it's hot.
One in Singapore.
That is a fucking hot pot of the world. Holy
There's
fuck.
over on those golf courses too.
Ugh.
So I bet David Puig at 40 to 1.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Here's some crack cocaine for you.
All right. What we got?
Thomas Peters 50 to 1.
God damn it. Why?
Why? Because he's playing other than Houston, he was playing good. Played good at Doral, played good at Singapore. Could bomb it. And he's 50 to 1.
I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good.
You're good on that.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. How about some more crack cocaine?
I hate to give Dieter steam, but I do factor in that the heat, man. And he's Belgian, right?
Okay, well, play good in Singapore.
Yeah.
Plays in the Middle East a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
He's skinny and athletic. He can handle it.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that is true. I guess I don't factor in that these motherfuckers are all skinny and not chubby and fucking out of shape like I am.
All right, fine. How about we go with some South Americans then who can handle the heat?
No, we're fine. Stick to who you want. I just like.
Well, no, because I bet these guys too.
All right.
Some South Americans. Okay.
You did bet.
So this guy doesn't have a lot of length, but he's playing okay. He's playing like percolating under the radar right now, but he crushes it on Zoysia. How about Sebastian Munoz at 60 to 1?
Oh,
there we go.
Let's go. I can get by.
Remember he almost won Craig Ranch a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I remember because I had the outright ticket. I certainly do. And then he fucking cold shanked one to the fucking right on hole 1. And I was like, well, there goes my fucking day.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Craig Ranch in this place. So played good at Accordia over in Japan that has Zoysia fairways. Kasumi Gaseki that like of the Olympics that was in an oven. I think he was in that. I think he was in that playoff for bronze. Played good there. There's a couple other Zoysia golf courses I tracked him on that he actually played very well at too. So
all right,
and I'm like picturing in my head like Munoz winning LIV Nashville definitely fits. I think he came second. He came second in Orlando last year. Like that was really hot as well.
Orlando was disgustingly hot.
I know that golf course was absolute garbage. It was I think the rough was like weeds. It was totally burnt out. It was horrible.
Yeah, which is crazy because there's so many good courses in Orlando. So many good courses.
I know. Apparently they had to go to that one. I'll have to. This before we were doing really serious live shows, so I have to go back and see if there's any Greg Norman connection to Cricket Cat.
Okay, so I'm in a Munoz. What'd you get him at?
60 to 1.
All right, all day.
Okay.
All day.
And then the last one, it's only because he actually has course experience here. And I saw him have a top 10. And he's a good driver. He's got some length. He's been absolute garbage on live, though. What about Mito at 80?
No, I can't do it. That swing, we talked about on the last show. That swing is just so imprinted in my brain. I cannot put money on that man ever again. That swing, it literally looked like somebody shocked him and they had a shock collar on. I can't do it.
The only reason why I'm betting Mito is I remember one last year. They were playing some golf course that Danny Lee had done well at randomly. And I looked at him, but I didn't bet it, even though he was just playing garbage for him and ended up winning. So the fact I saw Mito in the top 10 here once, even though he's been bad, I end up just saying, all right, 80 to 1, why not? Just throw it on the card. So he at least has some length and he's a good driver. He's been hitting the ball all right this year. He sucks at putting.
All right.
So
fine.
All right. So that's my card of losers. You got Tringat.
What about So I gotta ask you about some guys. So what about HP3?
He's broken.
Is he broken?
He is.
What, just because he got that DUI?
He has lost strokes to the field in his last 3 events. He has lost 0.8 strokes to the field so far this year on LIV. That is just slightly better than Scott Vincent. Yeah, I think he might be cooked. Okay, who else? How about Nashville's favorite son, Caleb Surratt, the hot rookie?
So I was looking at him too.
Okay, so he's a big hitter.
Yeah,
home game.
But what else does he do?
He's a good ball striker, but he's very inconsistent. I mean, he's 20 years old, so
yeah.
But he's okay. He pops every now and then. He might be worth like a positional play.
It's 150 to 1 on a 50-man field.
What about like a top 10 or like a top 20 on him?
Yeah, well, I don't mind it.
Okay. All right. You know who's playing good golf lately? Martin Keimer.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He has gained a stroke and a quarter on the field his last 3 events in LIV. He made a little bit of noise at Valhalla before fading, and then he made a little bit of noise early at Pinehurst before fading. Dude's playing good golf.
Huh.
I didn't bet him, but listen, the Cleeks are on a roll. They just won the team event.
Team golf's so stupid.
This is not the best form of team golf for sure.
Although I listened to Mayo on Monday morning to listen to Feinberg, and he made a good point. Like the outfits that they wear are so much better than like what fucking Cantlay wears, with like the wall and like just random shit all over his body. Looks like what the Fenway monster has turned into.
I mean, remember when we played Alabama, Atlanta Braves, or 4 Aces had the Masters?
Yeah, yes, at the Masters. Yeah, absolutely.
That was
fun time. Good time.
That was fun time. All right, how about another guy who actually I missed it when we were going over that top 10. He's another big hitter, has a top 10 here at the Grove. How about Peter Uihlein?
All right.
At 80 to 1.
Yeah.
So I have noticed if you guys want to do a team bet, anytime the golf course is very driver heavy, the range goats do okay. The problem is that when they got to start counting Bubba's scores on the last day, it usually does not go well for them. But they're usually in the mix heading into Sunday for the team.
All right.
Competition.
All right, Dieter, who do you got? I don't go into Discord because you guys are a bunch of fucking mushes, and I can't deal with it. It stresses me out. So
he asked about Anirban Lahiri.
Oh,
probably because of just where he's from.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I bet him a little bit.
He was good in Adelaide, short golf course. Good in Houston, more about accuracy, penal off the tee. Now I'm good on Lahiri.
Yeah, I think I'm all right with him too.
And he likes Answer too because
Answer's too short.
Well, I mean, you'll get a lot of rollout because of the fairways, but I think the working theory was, hey, he's a small athletic guy. He can handle the heat, and he was horrible in Houston. So that ends that theory. So now listen, Answer's been playing good this year. You know, he's going to keep in the fairway, going to get some roll. If he can get the putter going, sure.
He cares more about that fucking tequila company than he cares about anything else.
He probably does. If you want to bet Answer,
he absolutely does.
I have bet Answer a couple times this year. I haven't cashed because I was on Cam Smith at the Hong Kong event, the one that Answer. Yeah. But I've cashed a couple top tens on Answer this year. If you want to bet Answer, fine. Not going to fight you on it.
Keimer's interesting.
Yeah, he's playing good golf. He's playing really good golf. I think they talked about him on the U.S. Open. That he's had a couple injury issues, but he's just hitting the ball pretty good lately. So, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I feel like I'm gonna like my live card this week because it's all bomber losers who I usually like to bet.
Oh yeah, I told you I bet a bunch of losers, and I bet a lot of losers.
I'm gonna like this card.
I really do think, just based on where this tournament is in the schedule, they're about to go on break. I really do think we're gonna get a really shitty winner. And this golf course, it's very mediocre.
All right,
so
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got nothing else. Do you have anything else?
I certainly don't have anything else. You're leading the horse to water on these shows, brother. So I don't have anything else to add. We'll be back. We'll do a Sunday recap this week for the Travelers, and I guess a Sunday recap for this too. Hopefully we can can we get a double barrel winner?
That'd be fun.
Can we get a fucking twofer? Can we get a fucking twofer, please? Let's go. Like I would like a twofer this week.
I think after what's happened the last 2 weeks with me, I am definitely due for one of those.
I think you are too.
Yeah, and we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the worst. Well, up until last week, the worst Sunday of my life. So
yeah, that was bad. That was bad for you.
Yeah, we'll go over that. We'll go over that next week.
We will.
Yep.
You guys can go find Steve in previously mentioned Discord. You can find me on Twitter, Boston_Capper. I refuse to go in Discord because all you guys do is raise my blood pressure to an unhealthy level, and my cardiologist says I can't be in there anymore. So blame yourselves. Other than that, let's get a double barrel win this week. Let's go PGA and LIV. Let's get some fat pockets going in the summertime. Let's go.